Now, I will tell you, the people that know about the job openings before anybody else are the dental sales reps. So you're thinking your Patterson Dental, Henry Schein, Midwest Dental, Benco, Burkhart. Those are the big dental supply companies, and they're in and out of offices all day long.
Yes.
Now, you could definitely, go on any of those websites and look to see who the local sales rep is for the area that you're wanting to find employment in, and send them an email and say, I'm a new grad hygienist.
I love it so much. I heard that obviously. To be honest, my sister, she's a dentist, and I think she found 2 of her jobs through exactly that, having sales rep telling her you should apply here. This guy's a good guy, like a good dentist. I think you should work here. Kind of, I feel like you're a good match, because they know what's up. They know if you're a good match or not as well. They're like matchmakers.
They do. Because they are in and out of, their job is to go and visit dental offices. That is their job. And they know who's happy, who's unhappy, who's looking for jobs, who's hiring, what offices to avoid, what offices to run towards, all of it.
All right. So see, whatever company it is, say sales rep in your Dallas region is Betsy. Just, you don't know Betsy, that's okay. Ask for a little help. She says no, that's fine. It's just a no. There's nothing else.
Right. Yeah. I mean, even if you don't ask, the answer is going to be no. So there's nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So, the other thing is, staffing agencies like the one I own and the ones that I'm, in partnership with. We have got job openings, we've got client offices, and a lot of times, especially, if we send out a really good temporary to go out and work, they can convert. We have offices convert the temporaries to permanent employees all the time, because they're like, oh, we love her, and they will almost they don't even realize they have the need until the dental professional walks in the door.
Okay. And can we talk a little bit more about that? Because, that's really your specialty. And, we never had a guest like yourself who is an owner actually of a staffing agency. So can you walk us through the process of being enrolled in a staffing agency?
For sure. So where we start is the way that our staffing agency works is that we pay all of our dental professionals as employees. So we meet with everybody. We have them fill out an application, an employment application, where they, give personal information, rate their skills. We go through HIPAA and OSHA, as well as some Texas specific regulations.
All right.
Go through hepatitis B vaccinations, make sure everybody's got their shots up to date or their titer checks done. And then we do a professional reference. We check to make sure their licenses are valid, haven't expired. And then we meet with everybody face to face. We ask them, what part of the city do you want to stay in? Some people don't want to travel more than about 30 miles. Some people are like, I'll drive anywhere. Some people are like, I really want to do pedo. The great thing about working with a staffing agency as a new grad is that you may think that you really want to do perio, but if you go temp in an office that's perio specialized and you kind of see what the day in the life is like, you may change your mind. So it's almost like going into a dressing room with a bunch of different outfits, and you can figure out which one's going to be best.
Oh, I love that analogy. Totally makes sense. I'm like, I think that romper looks great on me, but
exactly. Sometimes you need a 3-way mirror to figure it all out. That's what we're going to do.
I see. All right. So someone enrolls in your program. Is there a fee for that?
Not at all. No, all of our fees are assessed to the dental practice. And even, for Texas, the way the Texas state law is, I mean, we can't have a non-compete. So you could sign up with my staffing agency and for, any of the others in the area. I mean, I'm not going to tell you who the ones are because I'm not giving that away.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I mean, you can sign up with any staffing agencies,
Okay.
and they should allow you to work with any and all of them. And it's just a good chance to, you know, it's almost kind of like it's on the job training. You know, you get to see different softwares, you get to see different work cultures, you get to see different workflows, you get to see different team dynamics. I mean, you can just get to see so many different things. You can be a fly on the wall, and it really helps you fine tune exactly what it is you want in your ideal practice.
I see. Oh, I love it. So you know, it doesn't cost us anything. And I mean, all staffing agency would be different. So it's hard to say that all of them don't charge anything. But I mean, in this case, like yours and some others that I already know too, they don't charge anything. So there's no risk at all. It's just multiplying your chances by like fivefold already compared to someone else.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Exactly. I mean, I know for us, we have probably 7 or 8 offices looking to hire hygienists right now.
Okay. But I would say before you even do that, you need a great resume, you know, and you give some
for sure.
already.
Exactly. And if you come in and interview with us, I mean, it's a chance to practice interviewing. And, you know, we definitely try to give feedback for people that we know are trying to, you know, practice their interview skills. And, you know, one of our big pet peeves with the interview is don't leave your smartphone in your pocket, in your purse. Don't have it out.
Okay. All right. I love that. You're not tempted. You're not tempted to look at this and all right. So staffing agency.
And then
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Can I just ask you a quick question? So, you know, I think the terminology staffing agency is a little bit confusing because a lot of us call it, you know, temping agencies.
Right.
Is that the same thing? It just depends on how you decide to call it?
Well, I mean, for us, we call ourselves a staffing agency because we do temporary and permanent placement.
Okay. All right. Right. Okay.
We do both.
Thank you for clarifying that.
But don't knock tipping. I mean, there's so much value in tipping. I mean, we've got so many people we've got people who are full-time temps, and what they have the luxury of doing is saying, I want to take the month of August off so that I can, you know, travel or, you know, get kids ready to go back to school or have some personal time. You're not going to be able to have that luxury if you're working in a dental office permanently.
Awesome.
So there's really a lot of flexibility in temping. And if you don't enjoy an office, you know, with us, you can let us know and we won't send you back.
Okay. Lovely.
Yep.
Totally
We have a
get it
program
now.
in the system.
All right. So we talked about, you know, getting enrolled with an agency like yours. And how do we find you if someone wanted to enroll with your agency?
The website is recruiting at caddentalstaffing.com.
Okay, recruiting.
And then there's also CAD Dental Staffing also has its webpage. It's CAD Dental Staffing, KAD dentalstaffing.com.
Okay.
And there's a contact us page as well.
Okay. All right. And just to plug in here, your company is going to be also at Under One Roof Conference this year in 2019. Yes. So you said you're going to have a booth towards the back. So if you're here and if you're listening, please just check them out and meet Audra for, you know, face to face. And I'm sure she has a million wisdom, you know, to share. And I already learned a lot from listening to this. So thank you. So go visit her booth.
I try. The other thing that I would really recommend doing, especially for somebody who's going to like a smaller town or trying to look for a job within a certain, you know, radius from their home, is do a Google search for dentist and type in the zip code. You can look at the Facebook reviews, the Google reviews, and go visit offices in person. Again, the dental community is tiny. So even if that dental community, or even if that dental practice isn't hiring somebody, they may know somebody through their dental association, through their study clubs, through their alumni networks that are looking to hire somebody. So it's not a bad idea to just go into a practice and drop off a resume.
And you know what? One of my friends who graduated dental hygiene school with me, she actually did that and she got her job just like that. She had a resume. She walked in somewhere nearby her house. It was great.
Yeah.
She didn't,
She
you
could probably walk to work.
know, so that works too. I mean, we have to be
Yeah,
also
for
lucky,
sure.
but when
For
you do
sure.
all of those things that, you mentioned, going to the website of the Dental Hygiene Association, trying to talk to them, the Dental Association, going to LinkedIn, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
looking at staffing agency, walking in office, you are just increasing your chance so much by the time you graduate, or if you want to switch a
Right.
job. I mean, it's going to be easy. I feel like it's going to be easy.
For sure. For sure.
Uh-huh.
Now, one of the other things is online job boards. Depending on the market, Austin is still a very heavy Craigslist city.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely put our staffing.
Mm-hmm.
We advertise our staffing firm on Craigslist,
Mm-hmm.
but the one that's dental specific that we use the most often is DentalToast.net.
Okay. Right.
So that's a good online job board.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're gonna, let's see. Okay, just making sure we're good on time.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got your interview scheduled. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Now
Step
what?
2.
Rule number 1: respect other people's time.
You're right.
Do not be late for your job interview. Do not be late for your job interview. The recruiting process for any position starts at the initial communication you have with the dental office, whether it be over email, online,
Right.
in person, what have you. That is, the recruiting process starts there. So you're going to want to make sure that all of your communication is complete words. Don't do emojis. Don't do a bunch of exclamation points. I mean, spell out the word you. Spell out the word why. I mean, there's not a character limit to business communication, so don't feel like you have to shorten everything down to 160 characters or 140 characters.
Yeah,
anyway.
Twitter.
I don't tweet, so I don't know character limits for that. But the other thing you're communicating to the office is your respect for their time. And the way that you show respect for a practice's time is you're not late for your job interview, because you're also showing them what kind of employee you're going to be. And if you're late for your job interview, there's a pretty good chance you're going to be late. There's a pretty good chance you're going to be late when you get hired. And if it's between you and another candidate that showed up on time for the job interview, they're probably going to hire the person that showed up on time.
No brainer. Awesome.
So that's the first rule of job interviews. The second rule is repeat rule 1.
Oh, wow. Okay. Respect. Goes back to respect.
Exactly. Okay, so let's talk now about the job interview. So the job interview, be prepared and be respectful. Deliver your resume on professional paper.
Okay.
Go ahead and print your resume out on that nice resume paper that you can get at Office Depot, Staples, Target, whatever. You never know if your resume might not have gotten to everybody who's doing the interviewing. So it's just best to show up prepared with a printed out resume that's really nice. Good. Go ahead and prepare some of your interview questions. Think of your questions. You really need to think about what's important to you. What are your professional goals? And making sure, the interviewing process is making sure that your professional goals align with the practice's goals. So you want to make sure that you have all the information you need to that information. And then again, like we talked about the professional greeting, maybe kind of wait to see if the interviewer extends his or her hand, before initiating a handshake, but definitely eye contact and, sitting up straight and, projecting confidence and eye contact and smiling, be pleasant.
Be pleasant.
So a couple
girl for everything.
Exactly. We always tell our offices when they're looking to to hire candidates is we tell them to think about the things that you can and cannot train somebody on how to do. You cannot train somebody how to be pleasant. You cannot train somebody on how to be a good team member. You can train somebody on how to use Dentrix or EagleSoft. So kind of keep those things in mind. So what kind of questions as an applicant should you think about? So, you know, again, it's considering your professional goals and making sure that they align with the goals of the practice. So what are the team's goals? You know, do they have a production quota they try to meet? Do they have a certain number of patients they want to see? Do they have a goal on treatment that they're trying to promote? You know, find out that kind of information. Find out if there's a written job description or an employee manual that you can look at for the practice. You know, you may find out that on alternating Fridays, the hygienists have to clean the bathroom. You're probably going to want to know that.
All right. You know, there's so many just like unknown when we start a job just start a job just in general. So the more question, the better, but definitely list your top 10 that means a lot to you. I mean, for example, if I interview in a place, what really means a lot to me is like the type of instrument they have. Because if I don't have the right ones, I mean, I can't work fast enough. It's not good for my hands and many different things. So for me, that's like top. But list your own top. For you, maybe not working Saturday is a top priority. So beforehand, make the top 10 list. Awesome. Exactly. You know, the other thing is find out how much time is given for routine hygiene procedures. Big one. Find out what the office goals are as far as continuing education. I mean, again, it's important to know who you are as a professional to make sure that it aligns with the professional goals of the business, of the dental practice. I mean, it is a business. You know, it's healthcare, but it is a business, which is kind of a tightrope in and of itself. So, but you're going to want to make sure that you demonstrate that you have thought through not only their practice goals, but your professional goals. So, more questions? So here's some more questions to kind of think about. Again, what is the recall procedure?
The practice goals first. Recall procedures. How do you welcome new patients? Does the dentist see the new patient first, or does the hygienist see the patient first? Is the hygienist responsible for going up and getting the patient from the waiting room, or does the office manager bring the patient back to the operatory? You know, just anything like that, because, you know, anything like that's going to maybe, if you're waiting 5 minutes for the office manager to bring the patient back, and they're waiting for you to come get the patient, I mean, that comes to the exam time. So you're going to want to make sure that you know how that goes. You know, do you offer products for sale, and how does an office actually select the products that they're selling? You know, again, you're just going to want to make sure that, you know, what's important to you aligns with what's important to the office.
Got it.
Make sure there's a good match on both sides of the equation. So, you know, that's kind of the interview process and the questions. You know, the next part that we're going to talk about is salary, which is always, you know, kind of a, you know, everybody kind of want one. So as far as salary, you know, again, this is, you know, where you should consider what your professional goals are. Salary might be the sole focus, might be very high on the priority list. Sometimes it might be, you know, like you were talking about, Claire, you know, the hours that I don't want to work Saturdays, I don't want to work Fridays, you know, that's going to be higher on your priority list. You know, the treatment and education, where does that fit in on the practice goals, you know, versus the professional goals for the hygienist? So you're definitely going to want to do that, but you're going to want to make sure that your salary reflects the contribution to the practice. And some great resources to determine the salary in each given market is those same resources that we talked about for the job search, the hygiene societies,
I see.
the
Okay, so
this online job boards can really help. Yeah, those online job boards might have resume or might have the starting listed. So you can definitely do some research as far as and payscale.com. I feel like their data is maybe 3 or 4 years out of date, which makes a big difference.
I see.
In Austin, Texas, for example, there's only one hygiene school. So the salaries for hygienists is very competitive because there's 15 hygienists graduating from Austin Community College every year. Now we do get a large influx of hygienists from other parts of the state. But I think in 2017 it was, the graduating hygienists were making $40 an hour. But again, it's very competitive. That's a totally different hourly rate than Dallas or Houston or San Antonio. So it does vary job market to job market. And a lot of it depends on supply and demand. I mean, if there's 5 hygiene schools, they're going to be putting out, the supply is going to be more than this one school in Austin that puts out 12 hygiene 12 hygiene graduates every year.
Okay.